How's it, friends? I'm Nazar. Oh, hold on. Wait a minute. There we go. How's it, friends? I'm Nazar Bro, and it's time for another Trading Post review. It's been a bit since I've seen you guys. I missed last month's Trading Post review just because I had some issues recording, and after 3 attempts with repeated issues, I just decided to cut my losses. And this month, I'm hoping for a good one. If you've never seen one of these, I like to keep myself in the dark with what's coming as much as I can. Obviously, I sometimes see what's being sold ahead of time, maybe like 1 or 2 things. I can see some stuff around me here, but I'm not looking at it. It's fine. I'm going to try to keep the rambling to a minimum, though. I generally can be pretty long-winded in these, so let's try to not have that happen this time. And let's see what we got going on today in the Trading Post. Hoping for some Christmassy stuff, maybe? Oh good, the return of the Magical Girl set. Obviously, looking incredibly ridiculous on my character. I do like how it's kind of like, it's almost like Magical Girl in universe, and I appreciate that they at least tried to do that. The Magical Girl stuff, I remember when the first ones came out, it sold incredibly well, for obvious reasons. Not something I'd pick up though. Not my vibe, but if it is your vibe, then hey. I believe this one was sold on the store for actual money at the time before, right? Is that right? I think that's right. Either way, if this is your vibe, you play, I mean, it could look good for like a mage or a shadow priest, even if you want to go for a more lighthearted shadow priest. This color specifically. So, hey, pretty decent. Let's see what's up next. Oh yeah, the fox. So this was one of the things I saw ahead of time. These fox mounts that kind of go with the Magical Girl sets, they are pretty sweet. I don't think I have any mounts that are kind of similar to this in mount form at all. And I don't have any of the Magical Girl ones, I don't think. And I do have the one from Legion, the really nice regular fox mount, the Lothian Prowler. I do have that. I remember getting it was awesome. But again, not something I would drop my tenders on. But if it is your vibe, then hey, $750. You know, they're always a bit steep. If this is your absolute ideal mount, then I'm sure you'd be willing to drop the $750 on something like this. So what's next? Hey, the candy cane stuff. Well, this is obviously not returning since it's in the standard catalog. Don't know if this is something that's been seen before in like data mining and stuff, but it might be. But this is pretty sweet. I tend to not kind of go for appearances that are like holiday themed explicitly, like something like this. I tend to enjoy the more like lore friendly appearances and stuff. But if I did feel like being a little lighthearted and Christmassy, you can definitely do worse than picking up some of these. I do see a bunch of the weapons that we'll take a look at one by one here. So that's pretty sweet. I mean, it's a cool greatsword. Now this is a ridiculous hammer. I love it though. This is hilarious. With the presents on each side. The snow globe on the bottom, that's fun. I mean, these are really high quality weapons, and they're fun for sure. You could if you felt like being festive in WoW, this is pretty sweet. Hilarious. As a mage that uses a staff, I could just have a Christmas tree on my back. Again with the snow globe on the bottom. I like that a lot. Pretty cool staff. Basically a much smaller version of the two-handed sword, but it doesn't have the wreath around it, which I think adds, like, the color that the wreath adds to the two-handed sword is very nice. And it's too bad that the knife doesn't have, like, I mean, it could have had like a little holly leaf or something just to add that same kind of color. It's still cool though. A massive knife. Some of the daggers in this game are enormous. And this is one of them. This is probably too big to even be a short sword. It's a pretty big blade. We got a pet. Looks like Lilo's little guy from Lilo and Stitch. I think it's pretty sweet. For 400 tenders though, probably not. I think I'm good, thanks. Magical Girl bow to go with, well, not quite to go with the ensemble that we have right now. And here's me inserting this bit after having recorded the rest of this video. I didn't actually see before recording that this bundle is available on the store that has the silvery Magical Girl set along with the matching fox. I didn't want to check the store just to kind of avoid seeing anything that might be available on the Trading Post this month, so I didn't check it first. You'll hear me a couple times in this video wondering if there is a silvery version of the Magical Girl set. Just ignore me, I'm an idiot. So back to me being dumb. Off the top of my head, I don't know if there's a magical girl ensemble that matches this color scheme. There's got to be, right? If this color exists for the bow, I'm not entirely sure. I'm just not sure. Ooh, unique ammunition. What does that mean? Does this shoot? Does this like change like the basic attack animation or something? I've never heard of that before. It definitely doesn't change ability animations and spells and stuff, and like like your Cobra shot and arcane shot and stuff, because that would be busted. But if it's just your basic attack, that's interesting. I'll need to check that out. This is probably my favorite of all of the festive weapons. This is really cool. This could potentially be something I could see myself buying. I think this is a cool shield. The Christmas colors are just so sweet. The green and the red, and then they've put it on the gold for like all the weapons, like the crossguard and the hilts and stuff are all the gold. And then in this case, it's the frame piece here for the shield. I think it's really nice. This is awesome. Again, with a magical girl color that I'm not aware of if one exists in terms of an ensemble that matches this color, but it is pretty sweet. This is even innocuous enough to probably use as like a priest or something in game. I know this staff reminds me of that the monk staff that used to be monk exclusive, that looked kind of like a lotus flower. I just get the same kind of vibe from this, and it's pretty sweet. That is very cool. That's a cool crown. Very high detail. I think that's really cool. This is a good month so far, but we still got some more stuff to see. A bunch of new stuff to see. Oh my goodness. Some wings to match those silvery weapons. Very cool. The wings to match the ensemble above. A wand to match the other ones that we've seen. Pretty sweet. I did see Blizzard show these off before. The faction earmuffs. That's one of the things I saw when before this month actually came out. I mean, they're pretty cool. You can see yourself, when I was working on my lore master, I did kind of come up with ensembles depending on where my character was. And when I was in Northrend, I did kind of make a cold weather getup. These would have been, I don't know if I would have used these as part of the cold weather getup, but hey, what does this do for an elf? Like 80% of their ear is still exposed. I guess that's not the earmuff's fault. I think we've definitely seen one of these on the trading post before, in different colors, but not something I would pick up. Another thing with unique ammunition. I really got to check these out. These unique ammunition bows. I didn't know that was a thing that could happen. This bow looks like a recolor, right? I think there's like a much voidy, purpley looking bow from back in the day, like Burning Crusade or something. I know my old a friend from college. He made a void elf hunter and had it use like a void bow that kind of looked like this. I don't quite remember the specifics, but it did have that kind of vibe. A nice old school frozen axe. I've said it before, I'm not usually too impressed by the recolors of really old transmogs, specifically of like old weapons from the really early expansions, like Burning Crusade or Wrath. I'm typically not a big fan of them. And I'm not sure how many other people are either, because I know, you would think that if you're somebody who uses some of the really old appearances for weapons, something that looks kind of like this or like this bow, you're probably using it because you're very attached to that appearance. Maybe Burning Crusade was like your first expansion or your introduction into WoW, and back in those days when gear was kind of hard to come by, your character might have looked the exact same for months and months and months, and that was even without transmog to change your appearance. So you would get attached to appearances. If it's just a recolor of an old appearance that you don't have an attachment to in the trading post, would you still buy it? If any of you guys purchase any of these old looking weapons from the early expansions, these recolors, let me know, and let me know why. If it is a weapon that you really liked and maybe you like this new color more, let me know. Oh, and now we get to these really cool new style of hoods. I love these. I need this appearance that my character's got going on right now. I need a hood that matches. Like if I can get a hood like this one right here that matches this set that I'm currently wearing, I would be the happiest man alive. But so far, I don't think we're getting that. Ooh, but the white though, the white. I'm definitely picking up the white because you can do a lot of stuff with white. Yep, pick that up, specifically for this hood, for sure. Interesting little offhand appearance, like a little handheld fan. Interesting. Moving on. Oh, a new recolor of the older style hood, the pointy hood. I didn't think they would still come out with variants of these old ones. I thought they would just start pumping out this style and kind of rotate through all the colors. Interesting that they're still doing these. This is a decent color. The muted colors I find are much more useful than the really, really bright ones. I'm actually gonna pick this up, and also the scarf that comes next, because this is a decent color. Yeah, this is pretty. This could be useful. Frost edged dagger, kind of got a Charlemagne vibes on that in terms of the shape. Pretty cool, actually. A high quality, like high fidelity dagger. I don't know if we've seen something like this before. If this dagger design shows up in the game at some point. I don't use daggers usually. I don't usually find myself playing a class that uses a lot of daggers. I haven't played a lot of rogue, and they would probably be the main one that uses a good amount of daggers. I should probably play more rogue, even if the hero talents and stuff still aren't in the best state. Rogue still looks pretty cool. Anyway, moving on. We've got the newer style of cloaks to match. I don't know. If these cloaks didn't trail off in the back and they were more like regular, if they were just kind of regular shoulder shaped, I think I would like them way more. I don't like how they trail down the back. The older style, which they don't have any for sale right now, but the older style I do actually wear on my paladin. I wear like a blue one because it looks more paladin-y. I guess this is supposed to be more either stealthy or just like you're kind of a wanderer with these like ragged shoulder cloaks. I don't like how they trail down though. I don't think I'll pick up this style of shoulder, even if the color matches the set. Yeah, I don't think I'll do that. We've got some cold weather boots. Pretty sweet. I definitely have a color variant of these that I've used before when kind of trying to make a cold weather appearance. And that's going to be all the new stuff. We'll take a look at the returning stuff. So whenever I give a score to a month, I don't include the returning stuff in that score. I only take into account the new stuff. And then let's check on what that bonus reward is real quick. And the bonus reward for this month is this purple Snugglefin Murloc Romper. Basically, this onesie right here. Not something I would wear in a million years. I'm not the type of person who would want to wear the Murloc onesie. Unfortunate. Yeah, that's not something I would wear. So, let's kind of take stock of all the new stuff. This ensemble was sold on the store at one point. Around the same time the first pink coloration of the Magical Girl stuff showed up. So if that is the case, it's not particularly cool that it is considered like the premium sort of ensemble for this month, something that was sold for money before. It's not the first time they've done that. Let me be clear. I know that that's happened before. I don't like that. Something that was sold for money and then now they put it here for a bunch of tendies instead. I'm not a fan of that. It being here along with the mount. I don't know if the mount was also part of that. But if both of these were on the store before, that's going to dock some points for this monthly score. Everything else, however, is amazing. These Christmas weapons, while not something I would be into, are very cool and high quality and really sweet. I think, no pun intended, really sweet candy cane LMAO. But I think these are cool. Very nice. The Magical Girl stuff, this coloration doesn't match what's on sale, which is weird. This is a really nice crown. The wings are whatever. The earmuffs are fine. They're funny and they're fine and they're not too expensive. Yeah, I don't really care too much about recolored old weapons. And then the hood. The hoods, the new style hoods are amazing. I do generally like the simpler stuff anyway. I won't pick up any of the capes probably, and then obviously you did see me pick this stuff up earlier, which is nice. So all that together, an ensemble and a mount that I think was on the store before, plus a monthly bonus reward that I don't think a lot of people will like. That's gonna hurt. If these were on the store, the mountain and this color, and I'm pretty sure they were, and if they were, then that's gonna hit the score. That's gonna lower it significantly down to like, it's unfortunate. I'd say 6 out of 10, which really sucks because these Christmas themed weapons are really cool. Even if I won't use them, I do appreciate how cool they are. But man, getting something that was sold for money before as like the premium stuff is so unfortunate. And then while there are people that would like to wear a Murloc onesie, I'm not one of them. So yeah, 6 out of 10. Yeah, it's I don't know. This is supposed to be like all Christmas themed and winter themed, and the Magical Girl stuff kind of isn't really the best fit. I mean, I guess these silvery colors kind of would be, but not this fox and not this ensemble. I don't know. 6 out of 10 on the condition that these were sold before, and I'll look it up and be sure to plaster it all over the video while I'm editing it if that is the case. Calling me an idiot here while recording. I do these unscripted so that you get my unfiltered reaction, and I'll check up on that later. But let's now take a look at the returning stuff. Oh, some Valyar ensemble. Is this the like a recolor of the ones from the Trial of Valor like mini raid back in Legion? I think so, right? I mean, it's cool. Not something I would wear on an elf character. Maybe if I was this would be the cloth. Actually, I don't know when I would wear something like this in terms of cloth on what kind of character. I mean, we don't have like playable Vrykul or anything, and I wouldn't say it suits any classes. I guess you could kind of wear this on maybe like a priest or something, if you kind of have it in your head that, oh, maybe your priest character's from like Northrend or something. If you do a little bit of some self RP or something, you know. Not something I would wear though, but it's not bad. Oh, one of these guys. I recently got the mount reward that looks like one of these from just having a bunch of mounts, I think was what I got it from. Either that or it was the Exalted Reputation. And one of these crazy like colored infernals. These are insane. This is an interesting color, like the brass, the goldish with the blue flames and everything. Pretty interesting. Maybe this I could potentially see something like this being used by my warlock, but I'd probably want to go for the more fell-colored ones, or like the red one or something that I know I've seen, or the purple one, before like a blue and gold. And the blue makes it seem more like something a shaman would ride. I don't know. Oh, and here is a one-handed sword version of the stuff we've seen before. I knew there was something like a Christmas-themed weapon that had showed up before. I mean, it's pretty sweet. You couple this with that shield we saw earlier, then that would be awesome. That'd be a really festive combination that I think would be cool. And see, this one has the wreath around it too. I mean, this one is like as big as the greatsword, no? I mean, in like lengthwise, yeah, maybe. They're very similar size. Hilarious. Let's let's move on to the next thing. And that is an adorable pet. Very cute. Also very expensive. This must have been from around the time when they still charged 600 tenders for a pet. They're not doing that these days anymore. They're selling them usually for like 400 now. Why is this one still 600? Geez Louise, I mean, it's a nice pet, but I'm not going to buy it for 600 tenders. You kidding me? Oh, and here's all the stuff that matches the ensemble above. I look like an idiot now. You got the bow and the staff, and not this wand, but hey, cool wand. I don't really use wands though. This isn't classic, unfortunately. And here's the one that matches. Again, don't really use wands. Don't really see many people that do either. Then we have this insane fist, which I'm almost positive I have a coloration of this just from the regular game in general. I don't think I would pick this up ever, really. And then the good old Crown of Eternal Winter that I think I got as a Twitch drop when they offered it a couple years back or whenever they did that. And I also think I use this on my Death Knight sometimes. Like, why? Who would not use this on a Death Knight? At least for a little bit, you know? Especially if you play Frost. But that's everything. I mean, all the returning stuff. No hoods or cloaks or simple transmods, which is the stuff I generally like. Just the dark, the evil magical girl colors. Very expensive reindeer pet. And the candy cane, one-handed sword, big blue boy, and if you want to look like a Viking. I mean, it's all right. Like I said, I don't usually take the returning stuff into account when giving the score. So that's gonna be everything we got. So that's gonna be the trading post for this month. Now, like I said, it's not really the best because we're being sold something that was sold before, and I need to fact check myself on that, just in case I'm not giving you guys false information like an idiot. But if it was the case and that this fox that I'm dancing here next to and the ensemble were both sold for cash before, the fact that it's now the premium reward, and I know that's not the first time that's happened, but if it is the case this time, that hurts the score. Along with the bonus reward, I don't think a lot of people are gonna like, and it's not looking good, which is unfortunate because all the other stuff, you know, I was generally pretty happy about. Although I'll never use them, the festive weapons are really cool. Those new hoods, there was a color I think I could use at some point. So it's all very nice. It's just unfortunate about the premium stuff this month. So yeah, 6 out of 10. It's not the best. If the Darker Magical Girl ensemble and Fox were not sold for money, you could probably bump that up to a 7. But that bonus reward really hurts because it's not that good. I'm not gonna wear a Murloc onesie. I don't know about you guys, but that's gonna be it for this video. As for me, I've been playing a decent amount of Classic, but I'm not at all an efficient leveler. I decided to play Horde instead of my usual alliance, an Orc Shaman, and it's been slow going. It's really my first time diving deep into Classic, and I'm probably gonna make a video about that. So look out for that. Just the experience of somebody very used to modern WoW and modern MMOs playing an oldie like Classic WoW for the first time. So that's where a lot of my time has been. I'm kind of taking a break from modern WoW. I don't know how much of Siren Isle I'll play coming up here, but we'll see. Other than that, if you took the time to watch this whole video, you're a legend. Please consider dropping a like if you enjoy how I do things here. It'll really help out, and subscribing would mean the world to me. Let's try to get that subscriber count up to 500. That's my current goal. The more of you subscribe, the more I can kind of switch to doing this full time with more consistent videos, and then I can dedicate time to try to make them even better. So thanks again, and I'll see you guys on the flip side in either Anniversary Classic or here when Siren Isle drops. Stay safe out there, lads.